Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
So, the new Formula E season is about to get underway, and I am going to do a list of predictions that will probably be 100% different from the final standings come July 2020. When I inevitably do a reaction video to this video, and we'll probably have to pay some kind of price. So you should subscribe and leave a comment with your predictions, and maybe I will read those out as well and laugh at how wrong you are. And motorsport predictions are harder than football predictions because drivers can be replaced mid-season. So if someone is replaced, I will count that as a continuation of the driver that was thrown out, like a one-night stand. So for example, if Mercedes get rid of Van Dorn and get Hulkenberg instead, Hulkenberg and Van Dorn will be considered the same entry. So that being said, let's begin this madness and see who will be number 1 and who will be number 24. Venturi 12th and Massa 15th, Mortara 24th. I can see Venturi slipping behind the pack a bit this year. Massa and Mortara is not the most thrilling driver lineup. I can see Massa getting on the podium once and getting a couple of points finishes, whilst Mortara will finish last in the standings with only a few points. They are basically the Mercedes B team in a sense, which is not a bad position to be in, but I think they will struggle for results. Mahindra 11th and Wehrlein 14th, D'Ambrosio 22nd. You know, D'Ambrosio was actually leading the championship for a bit last year, and Mahindra finished in the top half ahead of Jaguar. I don't see that continuing into this year. D'Ambrosio won't win a race. Both drivers will score points on occasions, but they won't do anything spectacular. Pretty much sums up D'Ambrosio's career. Utterly mediocre. GEOX Dragon 10th and Hartley 19th, Muller 23rd. This is a strange driver lineup. Brendan Hartley is a brave choice. He is a Formula 1 failure and it was really embarrassing and people will remember. He is a Le Mans winner, but he is definitely not a single-seaters master. And Nico Müller went well in DTM and will be racing in both series this year. But again, he is not a single-seater master and will have to adapt. They are going to struggle, especially as Dragon were as impressive last year as a lump of coal during the Miss Universe contest. They have a lot to overcome and I don't think they'll manage it. Neo 9th and Turvey 16th, Marquing Ha 21st. Despite having the most disgusting car on the grid to look at, their driver lineup is incredibly middle of the road. So hopefully we won't have to see these cars on screen too much. Marquing Ha has had a few goes at Formula E and to my knowledge has not done much. And Turvey is hardly a beacon of hope. This is going to be a midfield odd point scoring year for this team. Porsche 8th and Lotterer 7th, Gianni 12th. They have a lot of media presence with their business-like cars, but Porsche haven't taken part in single-seaters for a long time, and this is going to be a learning process. Lotte and Gianni are good, competent drivers to move them up the field quickly, but they are going to struggle to run at the top at the start of the season. Lotte will probably get a couple of podiums, maybe a win, but this will be a learning season for the Porsche team. Maybe they can come back next year with a winning car, but not this year. Techeetah 7th and Verne 4th, Da Costa 20th. This is probably a controversial choice, putting the championship winning team of the last 2 years down in the bottom half of the manufacturers. But I think they will find it tougher this year. Verne will win races and be in a title fight at the end of the year. Costa as a driver is decent, but personally I have never rated him, and I think he'll struggle with a more talented teammate. He makes mistakes and will find the midfield a tougher place to be this year. I see this as the year Techeetah are toppled. BMW 6th and Günther 8th, Sims 17th. The BMW cars will have to stop driving into each other this year if they want to head further up the grid. Of all the German manufacturers on the grid, I think they have the weakest driver lineup, but it's still not bad. I see them being a midfield team, maybe taking one win between them, but this will be a tough year. Nissan 5th and Buemi 3rd, Roland 18th. I am being really harsh on Roland as he is definitely more capable than 18th. I just can't see him picking up the big results. Buemi always does well in Formula E, and I think that will continue, with a couple of wins and a championship challenge but just falling short. If Nissan's dodgy business dealings continue, they could finish a lot lower. Virgin 4th and Bird 5th, Freins 13th. Robin Freins had an amazing year last year, winning races in Formula E and DTM. I can see this year being tougher, but I am open to him surprising. By comparison, Bird did not have a great year, only finishing 9th. But I suspect he will bounce back and be challenging near the top, and Virgin always seemed to be the team to stick it to the big boys. But the big German muscle should leave a Virgin nervous. Mercedes 3rd and Van Dorn 6th, De Vries 11th. Van Dorn is a good driver. His time with McLaren is not representative of his talents, and Formula E is his opportunity to prove himself. With the might of Mercedes Motorsport program behind him, Van Dorn and teammate De Vries should be challenging near the top of the field, especially with a year's experience gained by HWA Race Labs, basically Mercedes' fake identity. Expect good results from these boys. They'll be looking to make a name for themselves. Jaguar 2nd and Evans 1st, Collado 10th. Mitch Evans champion. Have I gone mad? Well, he was very impressive towards the end of last year, winning Jaguar's first race, a couple of podiums here and there. He is a driver on the rise. And honestly, the momentum is with the Jaguar team. James Collado is an interesting signing. He performed well in single-seaters previously, and last year won the Asian Le Mans GT class with Car Guy Racing. It might take him some time to adapt, but I think he'll back up his teammate and Jaguar will be challenging near the front where they belong. Audi 1st and De Grassi 2nd, Abt 9th. Daniel Abt will never be a champion in this series, but he does seem to hoover up points for Audi, making them a constant threat. Nothing like compared to teammate De Grassi though, who is always challenging near the front, never finishing lower than 3rd in the championship, and once again this year I think he will take his challenge to the last race, just being pipped at the end by Mitch Evans. Whatever happens, I'm sure we'll be in for an exciting year of Formula E. So how about for every manufacturer I get wrong, I'll take a shot. And for every driver I get wrong, I'll eat something horrible. Leave your suggestions in the comments below, along with your own predictions. Like and subscribe so you will remember to see my reaction to this video in 8 months' time when Formula E ends in July. With all that said, have a good one.